Hey guys, it's Rob again with another interesting, to say the least, deck profile for DGZ Biscuit. Today we're going to be looking at the build, which is obviously a work in progress for Qliphort Monarch. It starts off with basically 3 carriers. Carrier's great in Qliphort, and it's great in this because remember, all you have to do is tribute them off. All you have to do is tribute them and you can bounce any monster on the field back to your opponent's hand. And that's followed up by 3 helixes. Again, just because you're tributing for Monarchs or Vanities, Fiends or Majesty's Fiends or whatnot, you're still popping their back rows, which is always helpful in this format. I run 2 monoliths because I really don't feel the need for much more than that. And of course, thanks to Konami, we're only allowed 2 scouts. But the search is real. I run 3 battle faders. Battle fader is great because you don't take the damage and it ends the battle phase. That is followed by Majesty's Fiend. Majesty's Fiend is skill drain on steroids because A, you don't have to pay to use it. B, it stops monster effects in hand, in the grave, when you banish, whatever. It says no monster effects, period. Then of course, every Cosmo player's worst turn 1 nightmare, I would say, is Vanity's Fiend. Vanity's Fiend means you can't banish your farm girl to get Slip Rider. You basically can't special summon as long as she's sitting on the field. So Cosmo players, get ready to scoop. And then my final monster in the monster mash is Caius the Dark Monarch. He is ridiculously good. He is just, banish anything. Doesn't have to be a monster. Can banish just Cosmo players. I love to use Caius to banish Cosmo talent. You don't get to search because it's not destroyed. And that's the monster lineup for this deck. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a lot more steady than some things. Okay, spell card lineup. I run 1 Regeki just so, I can clear that field. And that's pretty explanatory. Tenacity of the Monarch. Tenacity of the Monarch will let me search out any Monarch spell or trap card, which 9 times out of 10 will be my Monarch Storm's Forth. In which case, that leads me right into my Monarch Storm's Forth, in which I run 3. Nothing better than to tribute off your opponent's monster, clear their monster out of the way, just to drop something like a Vanities or a Majesty's Fiend. The bonus kicker is, say it's a monster that activates in the graveyard. You drop your Majesty's Fiend, there's no effect to it. It's a pretty ridiculous loop there. Now into the Qliphort portion. I run 2 Wavering Eyes to pop my pendulums. I mean, I've had games where I put out carrier, and carrier, pop both carriers with that, search my monolith, end up grabbing both carriers, and then you're left to deal with 2 carriers. I run triple MST because back rows are real. Just plain and simple, back rows are so real that I have to run 3 MSTs. Of course, the 3 traditional summoners arts, I'm thinking about taking it down to 2 because I only use 2 scouts and 2 monoliths, and they're the only real searchable cards in the deck. But it is pretty neat to, you have your pen scale set up, you search that monolith, and then you pendulum summon that monolith, and basically you can push for a game. And I also run 2 March of the Monarchs, which is really useful for decks that like to destroy, like Run Regeki, Mirror Force, Sakuratsu Armors, and that's an old school card. Tribute Summoned monsters can't be destroyed by card effects. Dark Hole. Doesn't hurt. It's great to say that. Alright, and as far as my trap lineup goes, honestly, Storming Mirror Force, only because I have one do I run it. I mean, Storming Mirror Force is a great card for the Satellar Knight player who has 4 monsters on the field and doesn't XYZ summon. He tries to push for a game right away, you flip that, bounce all 4 of them back to his hand. Great card. And the last card in my deck profile is Qliphort, which is great for me, not so great for my opponents who normal summon monsters, because as we all know, Qliphort, which is searchable by Scout, says that, you know, your opponent normal summons a monster, you activate the card, you literally stop his effect from happening, but the real kicker here is it's continuous. So when you pendulum summon out of the extra deck, all your monsters are going to be coming out at full strength because their effects are negated. No side deck yet. Like I said, this is a work in progress. We just wanted to get this out on video because it is real. We've done a couple of duels with it already, and we're going to be posting them. And it's a really interesting deck. I mean, it takes a lot more brain power than what I'm used to because I'm personally a beatdown kind of guy. But, you know, if I got to get scientific and try to use decks that things, this is one I'm going to start playing with. Like I said, I'm sure an extra deck will follow. The side deck will probably be the traditional light imprisoning mirrors, shadow imprisoning mirrors, fire hands, ice hands, yada yada yada. But other than that, hope you enjoyed the deck video. Like the page, subscribe to the page. Check you later, folks. Have a good day.